Remember your Old Testament, Blackie? We're gonna need it today.
Twas an experiment in democracy, begun by privileged men, that was doomed from the beginning, and they could not wait for it to end. It rose just like a star that had arisen in the east one wintry Christmas morn, and would close the church of Jesus that a new Savior might be born. 'Twas an experiment in democracy begun by privileged men that was doomed from the beginning, and they could not wait for it to end. While visions of sugarplums were dancing in their childlike head, their own revered men of science turned a blind eye to rapid case identification in their elderly accumulator amongst the dead. On the anniversary of a pandemic, he promised them an Independence Day, placing the nation on a war footing. But that is all that he would say. 'Twas an experiment in democracy, begun by privileged men, that was doomed from the beginning, and they could not wait for it to end. And as the death toll had approached 1,000,000, irreplaceable, he claimed, was each and every soul. As the great American rescue plan faded into past memories, ever mindful of midterm election polls. 'Twas an experiment in democracy, begun by privileged men, that was doomed from the beginning, and they could not wait for it to end. Did Black lives ever matter? That was certainly what the politicians did say. Raising centuries-old statues in a pandemic, declaring a holiday for abolition, but not even on the right day. 'Twas an experiment in democracy, begun by privileged men, that was doomed from the beginning, and they could not wait for it to end. Did Black lives ever matter? Just as vulnerable as the old. But just like they celebrated Black history in public schools, about these facts apparently they were never told. And now today there is a new, more terrible threat emerging in the East. No more concerns about global pestilence and invisible enemies with the march of armies and an unhinged beast. Evolving intelligence replaces evolving science. When refugees flee in millions and awakened patriots return as soldiers prepared to fight tonight. The prayers that had been powerless and non-essential in the pandemic are now transformed and directed to prevent a global war and global flight. And the clergy who rise to recite those prayers are now even less credible than before. For what was true before evolving science remains just as true today. Only the dead have seen the end of war. 'Twas an experiment in democracy, begun by privileged men, that was doomed from the beginning, and they could not wait for it to end.
This advertisement was authorized by Mike Webb. I am told what we will hear on this end is a sharp, shrill sound. That will be the ambassador's phone melting.